Hi everyone, this is Mr. Mom Collectibles and welcome to another episode of Shit Collectors Say. I'm sorry, that's the channel. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I am back with another video. And if you spent, even a little bit of time on various social media groups in the 1/6 scale hobby, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, it doesn't take long for you to come across some pretty stupid shit or pretty stupid things that some collectors do. And in today's video, I wanted to highlight a couple of those things. So you've seen it posted every once in a while. You get some collector that puts up a random post of two figures, and oftentimes there's one of two phrases that are attached. The first phrase is, I can't decide between either of these, help me pick one. Or it's, I only have enough money to buy one of these and I can't decide. So help me choose. That's your decision, not mine. And I don't personally care. It's obvious that you want both figures, but you can't decide. So you're going to rely on those on the internet to help you make that decision. Or you're financially strapped. And so therefore you're going to settle for one when you probably should just settle for none and save your money. I actually have a better idea. If you want some financial advice, I would suggest next time that you're putting up two figures, don't buy either, save the money and just send it to me in a super chat. I would appreciate that. Thank you. So the next one that is really stupid is you timed it out perfectly, right? Sideshow's dropping an exclusive or maybe even an artisan figure, and you made the time to jump in the queue system and was able to secure the figure with an NRD most of the time. You dropped 25, 40 bucks, whatever it is. You won the battle. Congratulations. And the first thing that comes to your mind to do is to screenshot your pre-order and post it all over social media. I just can't understand that stupid ass flex, to be honest. And it's really perplexing to me that people are flexing at NRD. You didn't even buy the figure. You put down a $40 NRD. I'm really confused if you're looking for validation that, hey, congratulations on you spending your own money on something. Or oftentimes, I feel like it just comes off as a flex, especially for those who missed out on a figure. I think the last thing they really care to see is someone boasting about them securing an exclusive with just an NRD. What would be really amazing is if those same people that are flexing their NRDs, if a year later we see the screenshot of the figure fully paid off and actually shipping to you, because 9 times out of 10, I probably have a good feeling that you're going to end up canceling that figure because you're overwhelmed or you're tapping out. But at the end of the day, no one gives a shit about your pre-orders and you posting, the pictures of you putting down NRDs. That doesn't mean anything, honestly. It's just an obnoxious flex, and no one gives a shit about it. Another thing that's pretty stupid, and this is probably universally thought as being stupid. Oftentimes, when people are looking for a figure on buy and sell trade groups, it's the most common phrase: ISO for a reasonable price. And when I see this, I feel like it basically translates to, I'm cheap and I want you to discount your product for me because I can't afford it, nor do I want to pay the market value for it. Once again, people don't give a shit what you want to pay for it. They're going to put it up for what they think that they want to get the figure for and what the going rate is. It's not anyone's problem that you missed out on pre-ordering something because you either messed up your finances or you got overwhelmed, so you had to say no to some figures and you have to chase them down the road. No one gives a shit. No one cares. Okay, this is a hobby. It's not a charity. And so if there's a figure that is selling on the aftermarket for an absurd amount of money, that's a separate conversation for another day. The fact is, if people are willing to pay that money, people have the right to charge that price. You don't have to agree with it, but That's what the reality is. But if you've been collecting long enough, you know that there's going to be times that you're going to have to overpay for something. If you missed out, suffer the consequences and you got to overpay. Like I said, this hobby is not a charity. No one is just going to discount their figure. If they see something trading for 800, no one's going to discount it to 500 to be a good Samaritan. At the end of the day, no one's going to turn down money. Okay? That's just what it is. Another thing that I found really interesting is for some reason, collectors feel like selling a story will sell their figure also. It's all right to sell stuff all the time, buy and sell trade, eBay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Personally, many people don't care why you're selling it. Okay. People don't give a shit the why or the reason behind you're selling a figure. Okay. They only care about the price. They care about, is that price negotiable? They care about the condition of the figure. And if you're a scammer, that's really it. Telling me that you need to pay medical bills because you're in a pinch and you're selling your stuff, despite the importance, and I definitely feel for you, I could give a shit. And neither does anybody else. You saying that, hey, listen, I got a bill that I missed. That's not going to sell your figure faster. That's not going to all of a sudden have someone open up their wallet. I don't see the need to divulge personal information a lot of the times when selling something. I just don't understand it. It's obvious with exclusives when they're sealed in the box. Like a D100 Iron Man. I remember that was going on. People would have them sealed in the box. It doesn't fit in my collection all of a sudden. Okay. Once again, no one gives a shit if it fits in your collection or not. Chances are you're just trying to make a buck. So no one cares. So put it at a price you think it's going to sell for and just move on. I sympathize with people out there. You have to sell these things for, other things are more important than this hobby. But at the end of the day, your problems are not going to necessarily get someone to pony out money quicker. Okay. It's just not going to happen. This is a small knit group of people. A lot of people know people, especially if you're very active in selling stuff. And so adding personal stories to a sale for me doesn't make sense, because, if you're selling one thing because you have medical bills to pay, but then the very next week, you're on live streams boasting how you were able to secure the new artisan Luke Skywalker figure. You know, well, I got to ask, what about those medical bills that were so important for you to have to sell stuff? You look like a dumbass. Another thing I find really fascinating is the leaving the hobby speech. You see this every so often, right? When people post either they're selling their collections because I'm leaving the hobby, or another one which is really funny. I've seen YouTubers do that, content creators, and they'll make this big elaborate speech, their swan song. I'm getting out of the hobby. I can't do this anymore. This, that, and the other. I'm really confused because no one gives a shit, AJ. And no one really cares, honestly, that you're going off into the sunset to do something else. It doesn't matter. We're not famous. So you saying goodbye, unfortunately, you're not going to get a ceremony or, a going out party. People don't give a shit. If I turned around right now and made a video saying, hey, Mr. Mom Collectibles is leaving 1/6 scale, I'm shutting down my YouTube channel, I don't expect one person to give a flying fuck. Life will go on. I'm a nobody, and so are other content creators. And so I find it so funny. Or the best one is when you hear this going away speech, and then 3 months later, they're back in the hobby again on streams talking about stuff. Or the best one, which is when people jump off of Hot Toys and go over to, let's say, statues and are all in on statues. But then a few months later, they pop up on live streams giving their opinions about Hot Toys. I thought you were out of the hobby. I thought you were done. So then why the fuck would I care about your opinion if you were so-called out of the hobby? I just don't understand it. It's all semantics and nobody gives a shit. Finally, another one is super chats. Now, on YouTube channels, one way to support the channel is you can drop a like on a video, you could subscribe to a content creator, you could leave a comment on a video. That's all engagement. That all shows YouTube that you're engaging with that person, and it shows the content creator that they have engagement, and therefore YouTube is hopefully going to recommend that video out. which is fantastic. And all that stuff is free. I say that all the time. That means more to me than money. But then there's the other side is financial donations where you can be a channel member. You can drop a super chat. You can drop a thanks, dollar amounts, right? All that stuff. You could financially support the channel. But like I said, when I go back to the whole point about selling stuff, this is a small hobby. And especially if you're very active in groups and you're active in YouTube live streams, people start to know who people are, right? It's undeniable. There's people that know who I am, whether or not it is what it is. And so I find that really perplexing when you're selling off your stuff on buy sell trade, like I said, because you need the money for bills or whatever it is. But then you're dropping super chats on channels. And I don't mean just like $1.99. I'm talking like $5 at a clip, $10 at a clip, or you're gifting donations to people for channel memberships. That's like the new thing is gifting channel memberships out, but you're still spending money. So I'm just perplexed about that. Like, stop doing stupid shit and donating money. Like, keep that money for yourself. Maybe that's, if you take a step back and look at how many donations you've done, that could have been a payment on Sideshow for a hot toy, could have been an NRD, it could have been something. And I know like it's cool to do it once in a while, but there's definitely people on the spectrum that do like $1, but then there's people that do 5, 10 on multiple channels. And everyone's seen it. It's not anything new, but I just find it really perplexing. Like I said, how people will sell their stuff because they need money desperately, but then they're off donating half their money to YouTube content creators that they don't even know personally. Some other stupid shit that I've seen people do that it just doesn't make sense. So there you have it. That's a video. It's supposed to be a little bit tongue in cheek, but nevertheless, I think there's some relatable things there that we all see. Just calling it out of stupid shit that we've seen collectors do or say. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stupidity out there, which means there's a lot of content that can be made. And so this could very well just be a part one of an ongoing series. The way I see it, if people are still doing stupid shit, it's giving me a reason to make content. So keep up doing the stupid stuff, and I'll keep making videos about it. But until then, drop a like on this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers. As of now, I think I'm around like 50, 48, 50 away. So 3,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. And drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And you know what? Let's just have an open conversation. It's a safe space. What stupid shit have you seen out there that you've seen collectors say or do? Have you seen YouTube content creators do stupid shit, like talk about stupid shit? Yeah, guilty, but it's all right. But until then, this is Mr. Mom Collectibles saying take care, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Acknowledge me.